When you talk to California specialty crop growers about sustainability, you quickly learn there are several key factors that contribute to more resilient farms and ranches and greater environmental stewardship. They will tell you about their focus on improved soil health, water quality, helping pollinators thrive, and exploring emerging agricultural technology that improves ROI, which contributes to a more sustainable food system for all of us. I'm Andrew McCrae, host of the American Countryside. The video you're about to see puts boots on the ground with some of California's most innovative specialty crop operations in communities such as Salinas, Kingsburg, Fowler, and Patterson. Learn how these operations are pushing sustainable agriculture forward and how America's conservation ag movement is helping them in that journey.
To me, sustainability means take advantage of what's there naturally. Tom Ramirez, Ag Manager for Natrite Berry Growers. The entity that we have here in front of you is Heritage Berry Farms. I am a third generation strawberry farmer. My grandfather and my dad grew, and then me and my brothers continued thereafter. Water quality is a big issue in this area because there's a bunch of variance, and it makes it harder for agriculture to be able to sustain the crops that feed America and try to conserve water.
Everyone is very aware of how much we're pulling out of the aquifer. We are going to well meters here shortly in California, so that will be metered and logged how much water you're using. Without good water quality, it's hard to get good plant quality. Without good water quality and soil quality, it's very hard to grow good plants. So your water quality is paramount, really, to good production. I grew up in the Salinas Valley. My family has been farming here for over 50 years now, which helped me develop a lot of the relationships I have with growers now.
To me, sustainability and farming go hand in hand. We're stewards of the farm, of the ground, of the soil, and without managing all our inputs, whether it's water, it's fertilizer, managing our people, the sustainability is such an important part. I'm Dave Santos, and our farm is Lucy Santos Farms. Our packing company is Blossom Hill Packing Company. We've been doing this for about 40 years or so, and so it's been quite a while. Our family has been in farming in California. My son is the fourth generation, and so we've been at now 100 years. This year is our 100th year of farming in California. We're battling the elements like everybody else is, the smoke, the dust, and all the lack of rainfall, lack of snowfall. We're trying to get by with less, and we're doing a better job of it. When I first started farming, it took 5 feet of water to grow a crop of apricots, and just because of this gravelly ground. Now we can do it at about 2 feet to a little bit less than 2 feet. We're right around 2 feet for the apricots and cherries, basically because we can manage the water.
When we have challenging soils, and oftentimes that is reflective of soil health, we have a harder time managing our water, and we oftentimes encounter more water stress in the crop. So really understanding the health of the soil and intervening to improve our soil health, like soil permeability, water infiltration, holding capacity. Every season we're doing things to try and improve that, and by doing that it allows us to better manage our water and get more use efficiency out of it.
We're a small community and we try to do the best we can, but I look at what we're doing and I worry about our existence with this water, lack of water, where we are as far as the cost of growing, the cost of farm ground in California. But all in all, just support the California farmer and farmers in general.
I would like the consumer to understand what we're trying to do for them that is not only just a profit center, but we are trying to grow the best product we can. And in turn, hopefully we get reimbursed for that product, but also be, environmental and sustainable for the environment.
Soil health is the cornerstone and the beginning of any growing operation. Without good soil and good soil health, it's very difficult. Growers have to put a lot more inputs to make up for what they're missing. Sustainability, I know, has been a big word that everyone's using, and it goes back to soil health, water quality, sustainability. And that's things that growers in California have been doing for many, many years because our ground is so valuable. We can grow almost year-round. We do have good, very, very good soil here in the Salinas Valley. And the families that first got this ground in the late 1800s have maintained that so that we do have the production we have today. And so it's very much in the forefront of their mind to maintain their soil health, the ranch quality, to make sure the ranch is producing at the highest rate it can.
There's still a lot that needs to be learned about what a healthy soil actually looks like and how to measure that, but generally speaking, we have a good understanding of doing what we can to encourage soil health, which is trying to maximize the amount of organic matter that we can either add to or preserve in the soil. It's understanding the variability in our field and how that affects the soil health and how we need to alter some of our amendments or management practices to match that field variability. And then trying to do whatever we can to track it over time and see if we're going in a good direction and how we need to correct if we're getting off track.
And so that's where a product like mycorrhizal comes into play, where that will actually reapply and reinvigorate the soil, if you will.
Pollinators are a huge part of our livelihood. If we don't have good pollination, we don't have a crop and we don't have a sustainable business.
Regular domestic bees are usually the primary pollinator. There are other pollinators. There are flies, there's syrphid flies. There's certain types of beetles that will pollinate. Butterflies will pollinate, moths will pollinate, but they're not the backbone of pollination. They are supplementary, at least in stone fruit and pome fruit. I've seen ranches like in the Salinas Valley where they actually planted plants to encourage other pollinators to come into the field. So it's a little more difficult in permanent agriculture. It's hard to have areas, riparian areas with wild plants and whatnot, because not only do you get beneficials and pollinators out of there, it can harbor pests also. Well, one of the good part of protecting pollinators is we can go back to the point we were talking about. Some of the chemistry we have now is very surgical, and so it affects, say, like moths and worms and whatnot, and it won't harm a bee. We have a couple of materials like that we use.
Precision ag is so broad. You ask everybody the question and you get a different answer. For Valent, it's capturing as much useful data as possible in new ways, then further analyzing that data and making it really useful for the grower or the customer at the end of the day. Especially in the specialty markets, the grower and PCA community are incredibly progressive and willing to step outside the box and at least look at some of these new technologies, look at sustainability and how to incorporate that into their systems. New products, new chemistry, new technology, whatever the case may be. There's a progressive and cooperative mindset in the West that has just been incredibly fun to work in for the last 22 years.
Sustainability is part of our DNA. We are founded on that belief. It's something that we put into our business operations, a term that we like to say Jerry Rita, which is a Sumitomo motto that basically means operating our business in harmony with society and the environment. To us, that defines sustainability. At Valent, Partnership means collaboration. Collaboration means engagement, and working with partners such as ACAM showcases what we can do within our sphere of influence, but sharing that information makes a bigger impact. So we look forward to working with ACAM as a founding member. ACAM is someone that can really lead our industry into a new era of sustainability.